Welcome to my channel. And today we're talking about perhaps one of the most important authors in American detective fiction, Raymond Chandler. What would it be like if he lived today? I restored his image with AI technology. Let's spend 3 minutes to know him through these photos. So Chandler was a total poetry lover and drew inspiration from legends like T.S. Eliot and W.H. Auden to write his own stuff. He also revolutionized the crime fiction world with his hard-boiled detective novels, which depicted a rough and tumble world of corruption, greed, and danger. But even with all the darkness, Chandler's novels had a wicked sense of humor and great attention to detail that made them a blast to read. Did you know that Chandler was also a screenwriter in the 40s? He worked with Alfred Hitchcock on Strangers on a Train and wrote for a bunch of other films too. His time in the film industry actually influenced his writing style and made it even more vivid and descriptive. Speaking of films, a bunch of his novels were made into them. So Chandler's legacy goes way beyond just books. Chandler wasn't just a writer though. He was an avid chess player and even included chess references in some of his novels. He was also a huge reader and drew inspiration from classic lit like Shakespeare and Dickens. Plus, the dude loved opera and went to shows all the time. Basically, Chandler was a total Renaissance man and all his interests came together in his unique writing style. Unfortunately, Chandler had a deadly smoking habit and died of pneumonia in 1959. He was highly critical of Hollywood and how they adapted his novels for the big screen. But even with all his reservations, Chandler continued to write and publish until the end of his life. Chandler was actually a late bloomer in the writing world. He didn't start writing fiction until he was 51. But his debut novel, The Big Sleep, became a classic of the detective fiction genre, and he went on to publish several more novels and short stories that cemented his place as a great writer. Chandler loved to travel and got to explore a bunch of countries like England, France, Spain, and Canada. London fascinated him with its blend of old and new, Paris blew him away with its beautiful architecture, and Spain gave him a taste of the lively culture and delicious food. And in Canada, he was humbled by the vast natural landscape. Despite all his adventures, Chandler remained humble and grateful. Dogs were a huge part of Chandler's life. He owned several throughout his life and even included them in some of his stories. His love for jazz was also a big deal, and he often included references to jazz musicians and songs in his novels. His writing style was a major influence on contemporary mystery writers like Michael Connelly and Sarah Paretsky. Chandler's contribution to the crime fiction genre is still felt to this day. That's all there is to today's video. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.